Let me spin you a tale from the bustling streets of Accra, Ghana. A story of love, betrayal, and a twist so juicy it'll leave your jaw on the floor. This is a folktale that hums with the heartbeat of OSU, where dreams clash with secrets, and love can bloom in the unlikeliest of places. In the heart of Accra, where the sun kisses the rooftops and the air hums with the chatter of market women, lived a billionaire named Kwame Asante. Kwame was no ordinary man. His wealth sparkled like the gold in his sprawling mansion in East Legon. He owned hotels, cocoa farms, and half the shops along Oxford Street. His name was whispered with awe, and his smile could charm the stars from the sky. But his heart, oh, it was locked tighter than a chief's treasure chest. For Kwame trusted no one after a bitter betrayal in his youth. Kwame's pride and joy was his daughter, Adwoa, a bright-eyed girl of 10 with a laugh like a melody. Adwoa was curious, always slipping out of their gated mansion to explore the dusty streets of OSU. One hot afternoon, as the sun blazed over Labadi Beach, Adwoa wandered too far from home. She stumbled into a crowded market near Makola, where she saw a young woman sitting under a faded umbrella. This woman, Amma, was homeless, her clothes patched but clean, her eyes sharp with a quiet strength. Amma was no ordinary beggar. She was teaching a group of street children how to read, using a tattered book and a stick to draw letters in the dirt. Adwoa, drawn by curiosity, sat among them, listening as Amma's gentle voice wove stories of Anansi, the spider, and faraway lands. When Kwame's driver finally found Adwoa, Kwame was furious. How could his daughter, his precious jewel, be sitting in the dirt with a homeless girl? He stormed to the market, ready to scold Adwoa and drag her home. But when he saw Amma, something stopped him. Her beauty was raw, like the dawn over the Volta River, and her kindness to the children stirred something deep in his guarded heart. Instead of anger, he felt a spark, a dangerous, unfamiliar spark.
Kame maprorochet ama kaushiisli.
Why do you teach these children? He asked, his voice gruff to hide his curiosity. Amma looked up, unafraid. Knowledge is free, sir. It's the one thing no one can take from them. Her words hit Kwame like a drumbeat. He offered Amma a job on the spot, to tutor Adwoa at his mansion. Amma hesitated but agreed, for the promise of a meal and a small wage was too good to refuse. And so, Amma stepped into Kwame's world, a world of chandeliers, silk curtains, and secrets waiting to unravel. As weeks turned to months, Amma became more than a tutor. Adwoa adored her, calling her Auntie Amma. And even Kwame found himself lingering in the study, watching Amma teach with a warmth he hadn't felt in years. Slowly, love blossomed. Kwame began to court Amma, bringing her gifts, bright Kent cloth, a phone, even a small room in his mansion. Amma, cautious but hopeful, let her heart open. She told Kwame her story. She wasn't always homeless. Once, she was a teacher in Kumasi, but a cruel lover had betrayed her, stealing her savings and leaving her on the streets. Kwame vowed to protect her, and soon, whispers of their romance spread through Accra like wildfire. But love in a billionaire's world is never simple. Enter Yaw, Kwame's charming but cunning best friend. Yaw was a smooth talker, with a smile that could sell sand in the Sahara. He managed Kwame's cocoa farms and knew every secret in Accra. Yaw was jealous of Amma, not because he loved her, but because he craved Kwame's wealth and power. For years, Yaw had been skimming money from Kwame's businesses, hiding it in secret accounts in Tima. Amma's presence threatened his schemes. She was too sharp, too honest. One evening, at a lavish party in Kwame's mansion, Yaw saw his chance. He slipped a diamond necklace into Amma's bag, then whispered to Kwame that Amma was a thief. "She's using you, brother," Yaw said, his voice dripping with fake concern. "Check her bag. You'll see." Kwame, haunted by his past betrayal, didn't question Yaw. When he found the necklace, his heart shattered. He confronted Amma in front of the guests, his voice cold as stone. "You're a liar and a thief. Get out of my house." Amma's eyes filled with tears, but she held her head high. "I've taken nothing from you but your trust," she said, and walked out into the Accra night, leaving whispers and gasps in her wake. Adwoa, hearing the commotion, ran after Amma, begging her to stay. "You're not a thief, Auntie Amma. I know you." But Amma, heartbroken, vanished into the streets. Here's where the tale twists, my friends, so listen close. Days later, Adwoa, refusing to believe Amma was guilty, snooped through Yaw's office in the mansion. She found a hidden ledger, filled with numbers that didn't add up. Adwoa, clever as Anansi himself, showed it to her father. Kwame, still reeling from Amma Attribution's departure, called in his accountants. The truth spilled out like palm wine. Yo had been stealing millions, framing Amma to cover his tracks. Kwame's heart sank. He had betrayed the woman he loved. Desperate to make things right, he scoured Accra, from the shanties of Nima to the beaches of Teshi, searching for Amma. He found her at last, back in the Makola market, teaching her street children under the same faded umbrella. Her eyes were tired, but her spirit unbroken. Kwame fell to his knees, right there in the dust, shocking everyone around. "Amma, I was a fool," he said, his voice breaking. "I let my past blind me. Please, forgive me. Come back, not as a tutor but as my wife." The market froze. Traders dropped their baskets. Children gasped. Amma stared at Kwame, her heart torn between love and pain. Then, in a move that stunned all of Accra, she shook her head. "Love built on mistrust cannot stand," she said softly. "I forgive you, Kwame, but my place is here, with those who need me." And with that, Amma turned back to her children, leaving Kwame speechless and the crowd buzzing. But the tale doesn't end there. Adwoa, determined to keep Amma in her life, convinced her father to fund a school for street children, with Amma as its head. Kwame, humbled and changed, poured his wealth into the project, building a grand school in OSU, named Amma's Light. As for Yaw, his betrayal was exposed, and he fled Accra in shame, never to be seen again. Some say he wanders the forests of Akium, haunted by his greed. And so, my friends, the tale of Kwame and Amma teaches us this. Love is a fragile flame, easily snuffed out by doubt, but true kindness shines brighter than gold. In Accra, they still talk of the billionaire who knelt in the market and the homeless girl who chose her heart over his riches. And every evening, as the sun sets over Labadi Beach, Amma's school glows with laughter, a beacon of hope in a world full of secrets. Loved this heart-pounding tale of love and betrayal from the vibrant streets of Accra? Don't miss a single story. Subscribe now to join our folktale family and get new, juicy tales delivered straight to your feed every week. Hit that subscribe button, and let's weave more unforgettable adventures together.